Hi folks, and welcome to Rob's Reviews. This week we're going to be looking at Inov-8's Cross Talon 200. The first pair of Inov-8s I've had, and these ones which I bought especially for the recent spring Wharf Run up here in Warwick. I chose this particular shoe because I wanted a really aggressive outsole, some good grip, as I knew it was going to be a very muddy course. My first choice was the Mudclaw 300, but they only make that in a precision fit. My feet are slightly wider than most, probably due to my age, and I found that although it was a great shoe, the fit was just too uncomfortable for me. So I opted for the next best thing, which was the Cross Talon 200s. These come in what Inov-8 call the standard fit, which certainly suit my feet and maybe the more average foot. Plenty of space in the toe box to allow the foot to spread, which was a little bit odd at first. I felt like my feet needed to be a little bit more snug inside, but I found that cross country and over obstacles, having that natural barefoot feel really was an advantage. So something new to get used to, but one which paid off well in the end. Very aggressive outsole, 8mm lugs on. I think you can just see the profile there on the camera. Very flat, as you can probably just about see there. The heel to toe drop is, I think it's around about 6mm, as opposed to most trainers which tend to be around about the 12 to 15mm mark. So much different from your normal road running trainers or average pair of trainers. So a little bit of getting used to. The only difference I really found in that is a little bit more burn in the calf at the end of a 7-miler, because obviously the heel is much lower to the ground. But other than that, the feel it gave you, the contact with the ground, was absolutely superb. Over a muddy course, again, absolutely superb 8mm lugs did not let me down once. No slips or sliding, absolutely nothing at all, solid as a rock. Other people wearing pretty standard trainers were slithering and sliding around all over the place. These ones, utter confidence on just about all types of ground. At 200 grams, these things are like carpet slippers. They're absolutely fantastic. Over the just over 11k, the Welsh Road Farm Wharf Run actually is, and I hardly notice these at all. Inov-8 say that they drain well. They certainly do. They don't hold much water. Short of having holes in the bottom, which would of course become clogged with mud anyway, I think the draining was very good. The uppers, quite thin but very strong. You can actually feel the breeze flowing through these things on a slightly windy day, so they also help to keep the feet cool as well. I wore a standard pair of just cheap Carrymore run socks in, I think they're about £6 a pair, or £6 for 2 pairs actually, from Sports Direct, and straight out of the box with those socks on, I had absolutely no hot spots, no rubbing at all over the 11k cross-country route. The lacing system, again, very good. I like more traditional laces. I don't like these thin so-called speed lace systems that a lot of shoes have nowadays. I like a good pair of laces that I can pull up tight and adjust to just how I want them. Firstly, they sit extremely well into the actual lace bed here, as you can probably just about see on the camera. I've got the sun shining in my eyes, so I can't really see what it's showing on the lens, but I sit very well in the lace bed. The lace bed also cinches up quite well as well, so you can really get a good well-adjusted lacing over the top of the foot. And by using the lace lock system, which I think you can just about see there, that again really cinches them all up tight around the top there, and really helps to hold the heel firmly in place. Inov-8 say that this has a heel lock system, and I must say that the heel did sit very well inside the footbed there. No movement at all, retaining good stability whilst providing, again, plenty of splay in that nice and roomy toe box area as well. So plenty of barefoot feel, but feeling quite locked in as well. As nice rubber, nice solid rubber toe cap there, which was really good, especially through some of the woods and cross-country trails as well. The grip on obstacles is good on dry wood. It's got that medium-y, softy rubber, which is sort of taken from the climbing rock shoes technology, and it does work well on dry wood. On wet wood, not so good. Anything metal, any metal obstacles, again, not so good, so you've really got to be careful there. But other than that, overall, what a great piece of kit. I got these for about £76 off sportshoes.com, and their service was second to none. I'd originally ordered the Mudclaw, which I had to send back, and their entire exchange service took no more than 3 days, and they even offered free delivery on the Cross Talon 200s. I think I paid about £76 for these against the Mudclaws, which were about £49. Fantastic value for money. Well worth it. Just one other thing, the footbed inside, pretty standard footbeds. They are obviously designed to fit into the Innovates, especially with the slightly wider toe box area. I found there was enough cushioning in the heel area and the centre foot, but for me, I don't know if you can just about see the profile there, it's must be about, I don't know, about 5 or 6 millimeters thick on cushioning the toe end, which was not quite enough for me. It's a little bit too hard, so I'm going to experiment perhaps with some different insoles as well a little bit later on to see how they fare. But again, overall, very, very good. I've got another pair currently on order for some more cross-country work up in Brecon. I'm going up in July to do the fan dance, and to get some training in up there as well. It's my old stomping ground. But I'm going to go for the Rocklite 280s, which again, a very, very aggressive grip, but a little bit heavier, but with a lot more cushioning, designed for more the trail running rather than the mud obstacle course work. So I'll do a review on those a little bit later on as soon as I've got those. So I think that's about it. So Innovate's my first pair, and certainly not going to be my last. So if you're new into obstacle course racing, and especially the more muddier courses, then I couldn't recommend the Innovates enough, and especially from sportshoes.com, where their prices are absolutely great and you can get some good bargains. Normally the end of line ones for Innovate, I noticed that Innovate aren't doing the Rocklite 280s anymore, but there are plenty of sizes still available on Sports Shoes. One other thing, and this is going to be an ongoing review: gloves for obstacle course racing. I couldn't find any real advice out there on the web as to what are the ultimate pair of gloves. Loads have been trialled, from neoprene sailing gloves to El Cheapo sort of gardening gloves, up to weight training gloves. I think it really is a matter of personal choice. I found these Dunlop really, really super grippy gloves, Sports Direct, £2 a pair. I think the only downside is they come in one size only, which is a 9 or a large, which was fine for me. The back of them is a very, very fine mesh. I don't know if you can sort of just see through that maybe in the light, and that's on the back as well. So they drain extremely quickly, and the palm and all the fingers have got this absolutely wonderful sticky tactile rubber grip on them. I thought, well, I'll wear them on the course, see how they go. I can always take them off and stick them down the running leggings, but I kept them on throughout the entire course. The only thing that they weren't good on at all was wet, muddy, slimy rope, and there they just didn't have any grip whatsoever. Probably better off with bare hands. But the Wolf Run, there was only really a couple of ropes on there that you need to utilise to pull yourself up that were muddy. So other than that, I left them on the whole time. I'm going to be experimenting with some wet gloves for the next Wolf Run, which is in 40 days time, so coming up in June. I think it's the 3rd and 4th of June for the Summer Wolf. So I'll trial a bit more kit there, and there'll be some more reviews coming shortly from those. So until next time, folks, thanks for viewing. See you.